Hey, Wembuck World Entertainment, and of course, Prey, the new Predator movie, came out on Hulu and was quite successful. Then Alien Romulus arrived on the big screen and was successful. Now we have a sequel or follow-up to Alien Romulus in the works, possibly filming this year, as well as not one but two new Predator movies, one animated, one going direct to the big screen, live action, of Predator coming this year. And now Fede Álvarez has actually spoken about the possibility of a new Alien vs Predator movie. Now, we've heard a little bit of them talking about the idea of a new Alien vs Predator, but they were talking about how all these franchises would have to meet up to do so. But now Fede is talking about what it will actually take for it to happen, and pretty much is saying it's not out of the realm of possibility of happening. So let's dive into this, because I know a lot of people are wondering, would they do a new AVP, and could it be done right at this stage? Who knows? But let's have a look at this article. So, a new Alien vs Predator movie gets an intriguing tease from Alien Romulus director Fede Álvarez. After both franchises found success on their own in the 70s, 80s and 90s, the worlds of Alien vs Predator first collided in 2004's poorly reviewed Alien vs Predator from director Paul W.S. Anderson, a critically panned sequel from directors Greg and Colin Strauss, followed in 2007 with the subtitle Requiem. But this film's dip at the box office killed chances of a third. Following the success of Prey and Alien Romulus, however, both franchises have experienced a resurgence. In a recent interview with Collider, Álvarez teases that another Alien vs Predator movie isn't completely off the table. While there are currently no firm plans to make such a movie, Álvarez already has an idea for what one might look like, and it would involve not telling audiences ahead of time that it was a crossover. So here is what Fede actually said to Collider about this. So he was saying, I can't speak for Dan Trachtenberg. At some point, once there's another Alien, and I know he's working on a sequel to Prey, one day if we feel like, yeah, that's what we cannot wait to see, I think that's a movie we could do. The way I would do it, most likely, if it could be done this way, it's harder to keep secrets online. The best AVP will be the one that you don't know is AVP until the other guy shows up. You think you're watching a Predator movie, and then they land in some place and there are creatures, and fucking hell, it's a Xenomorph. That would get me. Fuck yeah. You'd go crazy. Or vice versa. You're in an Alien movie and then suddenly a mysterious creature is there, and you can hear that sound, and you see the cloak, and you go, is that a fucking Predator? And then turns out it is. That would be the way to do it, don't you think? Once you put it in the title, it's like, spoiler alert. So he's talking about the idea to do it from his point of view would be to not tell you that it's an Alien vs Predator movie. I don't quite know how you would pull that off. As he's saying, it's very hard to keep secrets like that. But if you're trying to bank on getting people to the cinema to watch it, you want that name recognition there. You want to tell people, oh, this is an AVP, by the way. That's getting people to go, really? Whoa. How else are you going to make the trailers and posters and stuff? Like, if you're not going to know that a Predator is in the movie or a Xenomorph is in the movie, how are you going to market that? You can't make a poster and never show a Xenomorph on it or never show the Predator on it. What's the point in doing that? Unless it's this idea of, oh, well, once people see the movie, then we drop the posters with AVP on it and the Predators are on it and whatnot. It's a weird idea. Now, the idea of them doing the movie, there's no guarantee that it'd be Fede Álvarez or Dan Trachtenberg. And by the way, where Álvarez saying, I know Dan's working on the sequel to Prey, he's possibly in that one talking about Badlands, which is coming up, which has nothing to do with Prey. That is not a sequel to Prey. he hasn't quite signed on, I believe, to do Prey 2. So what way they would do it, I don't know. And I'm curious, because we know Badlands is set in the future. It's not on Earth and it's in the future. So we've heard the executive from Fox talking about, to do a new AVP, both of these franchises that are currently happening now would have to meet in the middle. And it almost sounds like they told Trachtenberg, hey, we'll let you do this other movie that you want to do, but set it in the future. Almost in the vein that, hey, we can now align both the Alien Romulus and Badlands, so they're in the same timeline and stuff. So if we want to do this smash up of a new AVP, it's there. The door is open. We have it ready to go. It's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on. It depends on what way they do it. You know, personally, I think if they really want to do it, focus on what the games did. Never mind the comic books. Focus on the games, because the games were so loved and stuff. Take that story and just do that. Why not? You know it'll work, providing you keep it that way. Obviously, you can add a few new things and stuff, a bit of new dialogue and stuff, but the main story and stuff, keep it what it is in the games. Don't alter that, and it would probably work. Again, who do you actually get to direct it though? You know, do you get both Fede Álvarez and Dan Trachtenberg to do it together? Do you get just one of them to do it together, or do you bring in someone completely new? If you ask me, I think the best option would probably be get Álvarez and Trachtenberg to possibly write the ideas for it, you know, and be there as producers, but bring in someone new and someone who you know could do it justice. Don't just bring in a name because it's a name. If you know what I mean, like, don't go like, oh, we're going to bring in like a J.J. Abrams because it's a brand name, basically. Don't do that. Get someone who knows what they're doing. And also, you really want to make it successful as well, try and keep the budget down. Don't have it explode and be like, we need it to be like a $200+ million budget. No, try and keep it in and around, if not below, 100 million, and you'll probably make absolute bank on it. But it's an interesting idea. Again, I don't know how the hell you would make a AVP movie without telling people that it's an AVP movie and promote it without spoiling the fact that it's actually an AVP movie. That's a weird way to go about it, but I get what he's thinking. You know, I get the idea behind it, that it would be like, oh my god, there's a Predator. But would they recognize it as an AVP? Don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. But that's his idea for now, and as he's saying, it's not off the table for this movie to actually happen. We'll wait and see. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.